Hello, Dumelang, Sanbonani, Molueni, and a warm welcome to the Maths Genius video tutorial series brought to you by SABC Education. In these tutorials, we help you unleash the mathematical genius in you by showing you key mathematical concepts and how you can master them for success like a true genius.
Today we're going to be talking about quadratic equations. We're going to solve them using the quadratic formula. So before we go into the formula, let's just look at the general form of a quadratic equation. So quadratic equation will be written like this: ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the independent term. And a, b, and c are all elements of real numbers. So they're all real numbers. So now, I could go and show you how to derive the formula from the general form using completing the square, but I won't dwell much on that. We're going to look at how to use the quadratic formula to substitute and solve equations. So, skipping the derivation, right? Skipping the derivation and going straight to the formula, it states x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac, everything over 2a. So the b, a, and c, we know them from the general form of the equation, where we're saying a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the independent term. So it only applies if on the right hand side it's equal to 0. Please take note of that. If the right hand side is equal to 0, then you can be able to substitute in the equation. Otherwise, you have to play around with the figures. For example, let's say we have x squared plus 6x is equal to negative 9. So in this case, what you have to first do is to take the 9, take it to the other side, so that the right hand side is equal to a 0. So it would be x squared plus 6x plus 9 equal to 0. Now once you've done this, then you're able now to substitute in the given formula. And the formula is good in that when you can't factorize an equation, the left-hand side of an equation, you can simply take the coefficients, substitute them in the equation, in the formula, and get your answer. Because at times you get these really difficult questions where it's not easy to factorize them. You can't use difference of 2 squares, you can't use normal factorization, so you go straight to the quadratic formula. So now in this case, x is equal to negative b, of which our a in this case would be 1, our b would be 6, and our c would be 9. So once you've got these three, you're sorted. It's just a matter of what? Substitution. So x is equal to negative. So don't forget this negative. It's there. It's part of the formula. Negative b is negative 6 plus or minus, right? Remember square root. It's always plus or minus. Why? Negative 2 squared will give us 4. Positive 2 squared will give us 4. So that means that the negative and the positive, right, they share the same square. So a square has got 2 square roots, the positive and the negative. That's why we have a plus minus there. So square root of b squared, remember our b is 6, so it will be 6 squared minus 4, a multiplied by a, 1, and c is 9. Everything over 2 times a. What is our a? It's 1. So it's 2 times 1. So what we've done here is we've simply substituted a, b, and c into the quadratic formula. right? You have to remember that one. Even in your sleep, you should be able to say that formula, right? So x is equal to -6 plus or minus square root 6 squared. It's 6 times 6, which is 36. 4 times 1 times 9 is 36. Divided by 2. 2 times 1 will give you 2. So here, we see that it's going to be 0, right? It's going to be gone because 36 minus 36 will give us 0. So it will be x is equal to -6 plus or minus 0 over 2. But now, because this is 0, we don't need to write it. So x is equal to -6 over 2, right? But twice, right? Twice. But we know that -6 over 2 is what? -3. So x is equal to -3 twice. The twice is coming from the fact that there was the plus, there was the minus. We're supposed to have two answers. But because of the 0, we have only dealt with the -6. You get it? If this was a 2, then it would be -6 plus 2, and then the other one would be -6 minus 2. But because it's a 0, we have to remember to write the word twice so that we don't lose any solutions. Every quadratic equation has two solutions. Thank you very much.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Unleash your mathematical genius today. If you have any maths questions, you can post them for free on www.mathsgenius.co.za or email them to info@mathsgenius.co.za.